Dear students, once again welcome to video tutorial on Python programming. In this tutorial, we are going to cover decision control statements. We'll initially see a demonstration on how to work with decision control statements in Python. For this, we'll start our Python IDE. So just you need to open Python IDE, and herein we are going to create a new script. Now we'll take one number and we'll accept its value from the user. In the last video, we have learned how to take input from the user. So here, we are going to ask the user to enter a number. We are using int because the values entered by the user are considered to be string and we need to convert them in the form of integer. With this, we'll get the variable x. Now we'll take a decision based upon the value of the variable x. We are simply going to check whether x is greater than or equal to 0. The syntax for if is if followed by test expression, and next to that you need to use indentation and whatever statements that you want to execute when this condition is true are added under the if part. We just want to print that the number is positive. We'll be just adding the statement positive here. Let us save this. I'm going to save this in E drive under the temp folder, and we'll call this if.py. You can execute it just by pressing F5. It's asking me to enter a value. I'm entering the value 23 and it gives me the result positive. So this is how you can work with if and you can find whether the condition is true or false. Now here we are simply considering the if true part. If you want to handle the else part, then you can simply add the keyword else. And next to this, we can print that the number is negative. Let us run it. Now it is asking me for the number. Now I'm going to enter the number -9 and you can see we are getting negative. If you again run it and if you enter the value 0, you're getting it as positive. Now in this case, if you want to handle three conditions, what if the number is positive, number is negative and the number is 0, then in that case we need to modify this program a little bit and it can be done by using elif. So just one small change to this program will achieve our desired output. What we want, if the number is greater than 0, we are going to print it to be positive. If the number is equal to 0, we'll be printing it as 0, else we are going to print it to be negative. So we are going to check whether the number is greater than 0. Or we can do it like this also. If the number equal to 0, then we are going to print it to be 0. Else, we'll check one more condition by using elif. Elif x is greater than 0. If so, the number is a positive number. Otherwise, the number is a negative number. So herein we are handling three conditions by using elif. Let us check it. Let us enter the value 0. We are getting it as 0. Once again, we'll execute. And this time we'll be entering a negative value, say -9. It gives us negative. And once again, we'll execute it. And this time I'm going to give 9. And we'll see the result is positive. So with elif, you can make use of more than one conditions and you can check out whether any one of this is true or not, and accordingly you can make the decisions. So this is all about the simple decision control statements given by Python. You can either use only if statement or a combination of if and else. And if you have multiple conditions, then you can also use elif. Sometimes you can also use nested if else statements. With this, you can work with this assignment wherein we'll find out a class of a student. For this, we'll ask the student to enter a marks, and based upon the marks entered, we can make a decision whether the student is failed, passed, second class, higher class student, first class, or the student is having distinction. So these all classes you can print by writing a program in Python. Let us try this out. On file new, we are going to ask the student to enter marks. So we'll be writing marks. We'll take input function and enter marks. Now, as usual, we need to change this, or we need to convert it into integer. Next to that, we'll make decisions now based upon the value of the variable marks. So if the marks are less than 40, the student is failed. We'll just write here print fail. We have one more condition. The other possibility is marks are less than 50. If so, the student has a pass class. The next possibility is the student scores marks that are less than 60. If so, we'll call the student as got second class. So just we'll write here second class. We have one more, that the marks are less than 66. If so, we'll call it to be first class. So just write first class. Else, we'll say the student has got distinction. Let us check this out. So we need to first of all save it. Once again, we are going to call this as grade.py. We are saving again it in temp folder, and now it's asking me to enter marks. Let us execute. It's asking me to enter marks. I'm going to enter 89, and you can see we are getting distinction. We'll check out all the possibilities. Click on run module, and this time I'm going to enter 32, and you can see we are getting 3. So in this way, if you are using a series of if and elif, you'll be able to find out class of the student. You can combine as many conditions as you want by using if and elif statements in Python. With this much information, you can write a program that converts month name into number of days. Your program should take month name as an input and should produce the output as the number of days inside the month. Your program should take the month name and should give you the output as the number of days inside a month. If the user enters July, the number of days are 31. If the user doesn't enter proper month name, then it should give you error message saying enter a valid month name. This can be done by using if and elif statements. You can further work with a program that gives you the next day of any given day. Ask the user to enter year, month, and date and add 1 to it, but be careful while implementing this program. The implementation should consider following points. First of all, it should check whether the year entered is leap or not. Depending on this, you'll decide the number of days in the February month. Next to that, it should also consider the number of days as per the month given. Like if the month given is December, then the number of days in December are 31. It should also change the month.